Welcome back, and thanks for tuning in to UFest at Home. Today, we're going to be trying something a little bit different. We're going to be reaching out for examples of Ukrainian culture and traditions that are new. You're going to hear from people who are going to be transforming these traditions into their own unique ways of art. This is UFest at Home. First up, we're going to be checking in with my cousin and local artist, Skye Hoffas, who has a very unique perspective on art. We're going to be heading to his studio to check out one of his pieces that he's going to be unveiling for all of you.
My name is Skye Hoffas. I'm a teacher, blacksmith, leather worker, painter, sculptor, energy worker, musician, adventurer, outdoorsman. I do a little bit of everything, and anything that I can get my hands on, I just love to create and interact. This most recent show that I have, it's called Element, and all of my paintings are based on pesanke. They're all done in the very similar way to the way that you would put wax on an egg. And so when I started this, I was using very visceral paint. I was using a lot of big globs in here and there and just layering imagery and symbols from the pesanke style of all over different regions of Ukraine. So when I jumped into that, it was very thick and very splattery, and I loved it. And at one point I started taping it off, and I did it just for a single piece. And when I peeled the tape and it had this very crisp lines resembling the embroidery on the vyshyvanka, I said, wow, this is great. And so I decided to push myself and dive into working a lot with the tape and working a lot with the straight lines and the very geometric patterns that are often found on pesanke. And I want to get bigger and bigger and do works on sheets of plywood and then eventually works on walls and murals, hopefully. I'm excited for the festivals to open up again so I can show off my work and bring people in and get other people doing this work. I really want to inspire other artists and people who aren't artists to be able to express themselves in an artistic manner and culturally. I think that the Ukrainian culture is something that is really beautiful and big and welcoming, and I want everybody to join.
Next up, we're going to be seeing Larissa Poho, where she brings her Ukrainian culture into her tattoo art.
My name is Larissa Poho, or Larissa Pohoretska, and I'm a multidisciplinary artist here in Edmonton. I do lots of different art forms. I'm an actor, I'm a director, theater designer, visual artist, and most recently, tattoo artist. Part of the main reason why I wanted to start tattooing is this interest in translating folk motifs through this contemporary art form. I was really inspired by pesanke designs or vyshytya or rozpis and Petrikivka styles, all these motifs, and how to give those traditional characters sort of new life. So figuring out how to apply the folk techniques to tattooing, which is a big sort of experiment and mind game, but I love it. My pesanke are the reason why I managed to find this tattoo apprenticeship. Similar ideas of straight lines or repetition, very focused, small, detailed work on not a flat canvas, right? So working with tattooing, already with after pesanke being used to a 3D form and applying these designs, and durational work and focused work. So absolutely, pesanke, they're the reason I can tattoo. I'm really lucky. I was through the universe, through 6 degrees of separation, it doesn't matter, was put in contact with Robin Leah here at Crown and Serpent. And she is such an amazing mentor and teaching artist and encourages me to use my cultural history and my heritage to continue to further my art and to find my own voice in this industry. What I'm learning and what I find myself gravitating towards in terms of my own artistry and interests is that we shouldn't be afraid to mess with our traditions. Just because something has been done a certain way for hundreds, if not thousands of years, doesn't mean it can't change or be applied in a different way or through a different lens. And I do encourage this when I teach pesanke even, like, you can break the rules. You don't have to work in the traditional pattern of light to dark. You can find new techniques. You can explore those patterns and find new meanings for them. And I think we should be allowed to do that. And I challenge people to do that.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of UFest at Home. We'll see you in 2 weeks.